I have a new title today, Auntie. I am officially an aunt thanks to my brother Matt and his partner Stephanie. Shout out to baby Bodie. If my excitement is at an all-time high today, now you know why. New Day Northwest starts right now.
It's a new day.
Now, from the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Studio at King 5 in downtown Seattle, this is New Day Northwest.
Good morning and welcome to New Day. I'm Kelly Hansen, or as you just heard, you can call me Aunt Kelly. Yes, it's true, and I can't wait to dish on my new buddy Bodie with this Hot Topics panel today. And joining me today, Krista Olofsson and Julie Powell from the Last Seen Wearing Instagram, along with New Day producer Susie Wiley. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And first up, like we just said, I am an aunt.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
For
So
the
fun.
first
Exciting.
time.
Yeah.
My brother lives in Australia, sadly, but this is little baby Bodie. Bodie Michael Hansen.
that name.
Thank you.
Fresh.
Right.
Yeah, right.
We have a very fresh picture. This is such a brother thing to do. I'm like,
Yeah.
send me all the pics.
Right.
This is all I
Yeah.
get. I'm like, can you send me like
Yeah.
anything else?
That
no?
is very brother.
The mom, it's just her chin.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll love
Yeah.
that. And I want to, I'm sorry, Stephanie, but they live in Australia, so they'll probably never see
Yeah.
this, but I wanted to show all of you guys.
Oh, that's
cute.
so
So,
wonderful.
thank you.
And I love that your parents are on a flight.
1,000%. Yesterday,
Oh, yeah.
it's the first grandbaby in the
big
family,
deal.
and so my
Yeah,
parents
that's
have
exciting.
zero chill. And yesterday, we're like, we're getting on a flight, and I'm like, well, why don't you wait for like the daughter-in-law to make sure,
Yeah.
like, you know, she wants you to come right now, or wants to maybe wait a couple
Yeah.
weeks, but. There was no talking to them.
Yeah,
I realized.
they want to be in
Yeah.
the same.
Totally. We
Yeah.
can relate.
And we should say too, your mom is
My
a NICU
mom's a NICU nurse.
So
Okay.
Yes, so
it
that
gives you a little more cred. Than
Yeah.
just
To save the day.
True.
Yeah.
I know. Shout out to Carolyn. She wanted
Yeah.
to be helpful. She's like, I'm coming as a nurse.
Yeah.
But they're going all the way. Yeah, right.
That one.
Yeah, right. And they're like on a 17-hour flight, so right now
my
to
gosh, yeah.
It's
Australia.
exciting. That's so
Yeah,
fun.
they can
Yes,
get there.
we will share more pics when I get more. So, but that's what we get for
That's
now.
what you get.
Almost as exciting, but
Almost.
not quite. Pringles in front of us, you guys. These are the
Yeah.
new Pringles flavors, so please dive in and taste
Okay.
test. We have smoky bacon, we have a barbecue one, smoky cheddar, we have white cheddar. We actually have the first sweet flavor from Pringles in nearly 10 years. It's a cinnamon and sugar one, a jalapeno and queso. What are these, Susie, too? We have
These are white
Mingles?
cheddar, and I am not going to sleep on those. Those are
Really?
delicious.
Yeah.
Smoky bacon, I'm a fan.
These are the cinnamon sugar, and they're called Mingles.
Yeah, why Mingles?
I don't know. Oh, I see. They're like little puffy.
Wow.
Oh, they kind of do look like a bow tie.
It's very bacony.
Okay.
Smoky.
salty.
Yeah,
caramel.
I like the
Okay.
cheddar.
I don't like Pringles, you guys. That's my hot
What?
take.
What?
I would never reach for a Pringles.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
understand when they're like once you
Mingle?
pop, you don't stop.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I find them very addictive. It's like the texture,
Those
and
are
yeah,
good.
they're so
good.
crunchy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say, really, I love a Pringle. I just I love the shape. It makes sense to me how they're stacked. I know these had a little trouble.
did a grab.
You were watching something too online that you said was fascinating with Pringles. What were you watching?
Yes, so like the Crayola factory
Okay.
of our youth and Mr. Rogers, we found the Pringles factory video, and I'm telling you, you need to watch it. It is
fun.
about 25, 30 minutes of zen. We watch it in the office, and we're screaming, oh, that's how they get the shape. And I mean, it was
Oh,
just,
exciting.
I know, that's where I am right now. Hi, this is 62.
I don't know why. Yeah, it's
love
just goldfish. Cheez-Its, all of those I feel like are on such a different level compared to Pringles for me. But
Yeah.
I'm here for the new
Toasted
flavors.
Cheez-Its.
Oh, yes.
Those are really good.
Oh my gosh.
See?
Yeah.
Extra toasty.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The white cheddar wins it for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
well
like
there
the
you go.
smoky bacon.
You know who else is debuting some food today? The Seahawks. They're debuting their new offerings at Lumen Field to the media today. This afternoon we're going to go. We're so excited. What is your guys' perfect stadium snack? Do you have a go-to?
Good question, Julie.
Yeah, I just like the classic hot dog with
Yes.
lots of mustard, maybe some popcorn afterward. Yeah, no, I'm simple.
I'd be the
Yeah.
same, more classic like that. I like to get a Diet Coke.
Oh.
Yeah, whoa.
And if they have refills on the Diet Coke,
That's a win-win.
Yeah.
So no one's
Yeah.
going to like Din Tai Fung because they have so many different options now
good
at like
point.
Mariners games and everything. But
I like a good nacho, especially if they can elevate it. Although 7-Eleven nachos, I'm still here for.
the fake cheese is my favorite.
Baked cheese
it
is
needs
good.
to be like
Yeah,
the
it
creamy
is.
fake cheese.
But I do love the nachos at the Mariner game with the carnitas.
yeah,
But also, I feel a little ripped. I don't get a hot dog at a stadium because I feel like I'm going to get ripped off. Like, why am I paying money for something that should be $1? I don't know.
Oh,
That's
because
how
you're
I
used to
feel.
the
Maybe
Costco
so.
pricing,
That's
maybe.
right.
Like all
Right.
food,
Yeah.
really.
But the
Mhm.
Diet
Very
Coke,
expensive. Yeah.
I always have to get a big Diet Coke too. I guess we're all Diet Coke girlies.
Yeah.
If it's Diet Pepsi, forget it.
Yeah.
And I'm a hot dog girly too,
Yeah.
but I'm always trying to find the chopped onions, and no one at any stadium has onions anymore. They've all but given up.
I think since COVID, they got rid of the
They
things
thought it
like
was
that.
gross to have the little
That's
thing.
probably true.
The little wheel that just
Fair enough.
Another casualty of COVID.
I know.
Sorry.
You guys, who is having a bad week? Because I don't know if anyone is having a worse week than this
I know.
mascot for the Oregon Ducks. He did not have his head in the game. Puddles the Duck took a tumble ahead of the Oregon versus Montana
Amazing.
State game. Who among us has ever had an embarrassing tumble? Like, I love how he just runs. Goodbye.
I know.
Yes, I mean the idea.
Yeah.
I lost a daisy.
It's like he lost his superpowers.
I know.
His head came off, and
Yeah.
he just was ashamed.
He was out.
and
He was ashamed.
I was surprised he didn't just like put
it
the
up,
head
put
back
it on,
on,
yeah.
do some like ta-da or something
Yeah.
instead.
You're
Is
right.
it like when your pants fall down?
Yeah,
I don't know,
and-
the equivalent.
I think it was his equivalent. I agree.
Maybe it's a big deal, like people shouldn't know
Yeah,
who he is. I think it's
Oh, yeah.
always a
Tell
big
you,
secret.
yeah.
But I agree, though, that would have been a better look.
Yeah,
Throw the
yeah,
head back
kinda
on and do a
just-
dance.
Exactly.
True,
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because that's why I feel like it's going viral, because he just ran off. Like, and
I
it's just,
know.
I don't
Yeah.
know, you watch it on loop and it's just
super
comical.
And someone grabbed his head. I like that. You know, that it
Yeah.
takes a village.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, yeah.
I'm not a big Oregon fan, so I kind of love this
for
demise.
sure.
Like, I'm like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. The Husky was probably
Schadenfreude.
thrilled.
Yes. So the duck obviously has gone viral for all the embarrassing reasons, but this creature, and we have him over here, we're gonna have to grab him, Boo Boo, is going viral.
Yes.
In fact, just recently in Seattle, U.S. Customs seized 11,134 counterfeit Labubu dolls valued at $500,000.
Wow.
Are we done with
crazy.
these? Are you guys obsessed? Do you want one? Here's one.
Yeah, is this
Here's
the
the big
designer
puppy.
big?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is the new design.
Wait, this is the big puppy.
Kristen, I feel like you're not loving it.
I feel like the face is so sinister.
It is very.
Yeah, it just doesn't look super cute.
You don't want to sleep next
But
to
I
it
had-
at
Really
night?
cute.
I had 3 sons, and now they're a little bit older, so yeah, we weren't into stuff like this. So.
It's new. It's definitely a new obsession. What do you think, Julie?
Yeah, well, I think the big thing is like having it be a charm on your
Right,
bag.
on your
Is that
bag,
the
yeah.
thing?
Yes,
So-
on your backpack,
so
like all
yeah,
the kids
it's-
want it at school.
It's like a little statement.
Kids want it, adults want it. I see a lot of adults walking down the street, maybe even the halls of King 5.
Really?
Who's to
Really?
say?
With them on their
Okay.
bag. I'm not a fan, but I think it's like a Cabbage Patch doll and anything
Yes,
else. The
dolls,
more we're into
Beanie
it,
Babies.
yeah.
I know.
That thing
I
that
guess you
people are
can spot a
collecting.
fake by the number of teeth, but then it's
and
supposed
the head spins
yeah,
around.
well, and it's supposed to have 9 teeth or something like that. But I will say this:
that it-
someone at this table might have purchased a fake for somebody else on our team, and it does have 9 teeth. So I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I really want one. I don't know why, but now like that I'm
Really?
looking
Yeah,
at it, I'm
you're
like,
getting caught up
I
in
kind
the
of
hype.
want one.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they're that cute, but
like
I
it's
think
gonna-
that's the hype.
Sensation
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's gonna come alive and
something's gonna
Agreed.
happen.
It's like a Chucky doll.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of fashion, you guys, that's the world y'all are in. How do we feel about the new Vogue editor coming in?
Yeah, well,
exciting.
yeah, it sounds like she has lots of experience, and it's.
And this is the
Candace-
September issue that's just out right
Ooh,
now.
Emma
Yeah.
Stone. Look at her crushing it.
Yeah.
And then the new editor, I guess she's been there for 14 years.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
she's 39. Yeah.
She's 39, which is about the same age, I think, as Anna Wintour when she took
Right.
over.
Yeah.
Right.
Was there for what is almost 40 years. So, and I know there's some people saying Nepo baby
Right, I
because
was seeing that.
she's related to.
She's Candace Bergen's
Yes,
daughter.
Yeah.
So
But she
she's
said
been
she's
there for
had
such
to
a
work
long time.
harder
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
with that kind of
Yeah.
title hanging over her. So I don't don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Big changes.
I think
in
it's
the
all
fashion
fair.
world.
You know,
Yeah.
it's all connections. And she's got the
Sounds very
skills.
qualified.
Can you imagine though taking over for Anna Wintour?
Yeah,
I
I
can
know.
imagine.
I
Will she
cannot.
start wearing dark
Yeah,
sunglasses
what's her
inside?
signature look going to be?
We should all get our sunglasses. Thank you guys so much. Great discussion with good snacks. And ladies, grab your fave Pringle flavor because we're going to stick around because we have another round of Hot Topics in the show. And I want to know the 3 things you'll buy right away if you win tomorrow's $1 billion Powerball. So think on that. And coming up, if you're vegetarian, it means you can't eat meat, but that might all change now thanks to a new cookbook. Later in the show, we're cooking with the brand new cookbook, Make It Meatless, recipes that taste just like the real thing. And our pal Terry Hollimon is here with a sneak preview of the Seahawks season opener against the 49ers. He joins me in the Hawk Zone after the break.
Time now for Hawk Zone, sponsored by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
The Seahawks storm back into action this week. They're kicking off their season opener this Sunday against division rivals, the San Francisco 49ers. Our favorite football insider, Terry Hollimon, joins us in the Hawk Zone again with a look ahead. Hello, my friends.
Well, hello. We are back at it in the Hawk Zone. Yeah.
So, what are the biggest storylines, would you say, heading into this matchup?
Oh boy. Well, heading into the matchup and heading into the season, there are a couple of things that we need to know about the Seattle Seahawks teams. First and foremost, I think the storyline behind Sam Darnold, our new quarterback, is one of the most intriguing stories of this Seahawks 2025 season. He's really polarizing. Like, a lot of people in the league, and now the 12 fans, are on the fence about this guy. There was so much hype about him when he came out of college, thinking he was going to be an incredible quarterback that was, transcendent, like a guy that would change the league. And he's kind of just been middle of the road until last year when he took the Minnesota Vikings to the playoffs. And so there's some excitement here. Like, we're on the up curve, Sam. So the question is, how is he going to be leading this team? And
Can he deliver?
Can he deliver? Is he going to be able to do what he's promised to do? But I think a lot of that's going to do with the second thing that I think fans need to be intrigued about this season is the offensive line. And it's going to be important for them to come together and gel and become a unit rather than being the Achilles heel that they've been for the last several years. And I think they're on the path to doing that. So if the offensive line can be solid, Sam Darnold can do his thing, I think the Seahawks will be okay.
So you don't think this is a rebuilding year?
See, I didn't say that. Don't
Okay,
put words in my mouth,
I'm
Kelly. I didn't say
sorry, I'm
that.
sorry.
But I'm not saying that either, though. So I think, again, it's what happens to this team offensively. I think, again, if that offensive line can come together and make some holes for the running backs, because that's going to be important for this team to win, to create running space for those running backs, Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. If they're able to do their thing, take some of that pressure off of Sam Darnold, Seahawks will be in good shape.
Okay, I like that.
So again, it's not a rebuild unless
It's a
things fall apart.
maybe.
It's a
maybe year.
It's a rebuild. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, who's your breakout candidate this season? Who should the fans be watching for?
So here's my thing when it comes to breakout. I'm going to say a guy who's already had his breakout, but he's going to break out into a different role. Okay, we're talking about Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think last year we saw that he was able to break out and become an elite quarterback, wide receiver in this league. But now that we've lost DK Metcalf, we've lost Tyler Lockett, we've lost the elder statesman in the room when it comes to the wide receiver, he's going to have to step into a leadership role and become that number one guy. He's not going to have to, he can't just hide now in the shadows. You got to step up and do your thing. So watching him break out this year as a leader on this team is going to be something to watch.
Oh, I can't wait. And any rookies or new additions that you're excited about?
There are a couple guys I think that are going to make an impact on this team right away. First and foremost, of course, our number one guy, the offensive lineman, I'm talking about Gray Zabel. We're going to watch him play. I think he's going to start game one. He's going to be really, really good. Watch out for this kid. He's tough, and he's going to open some holes. And I think we're looking at a tight end where we've lost a couple of our tight ends. That tight end room is kind of empty now.
Yeah.
Rookie guy out of Miami, Elijah Arroyo. He might step up and do some big things. I'm looking for his production to step up this season for sure. And a guy like on defense, Nick Imanwuri. And I like him not just because his name is fun to say. So, hey, I want you guys to practice that at Imanwuri. Listen, let me tell you how I remember that name. It's because I say, hey, when he steps out on the field, the other team's like, hey, man, worry. So remember that. That's how you remember Nick Imanwuri. So, again, a Cam Chancellor clone, I think he's going to be good.
Ooh, okay, well, I like the sound of that. What did you think of our new rivalry jersey?
Oh, man. Do you guys got a picture of that? Because I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And the reason I don't love it is because it kind of looks like an Oregon Duck.
Exactly.
It looks like an Oregon Duck jersey. You know how the Oregon Duck always does these ugly, stupid combinations, and they're dumb because they're ducks. Please don't copy. Look at that. I mean.
I know, that made me sad.
Yeah, the green on the 25 with the, it looks too ducky.
But did you see the fall of the Ducks mascot over the weekend? What happened?
Did I see it? I recorded it and saved it. I think I got a tattoo of it. This is incredible. The duck loses his head and then loses his head. Like, he goes running. He's like a FBI secret agent that just got compromised. They found me out.
know.
Gray Squirrel has been compromised, and he runs away. Like, why did he run away and hide?
We should remind people the reason why you are not a Ducks fan.
Because I'm a Husky, true and true through my heart, and we don't deal with the Ducks. Listen, the reason why I say that's for a couple of reasons. I was on the team when the Oregon Ducks rushed the field on us for the first time. And the fans were just really not very friendly, to say the least.
Agree. Yeah.
And then,
That's been my
it's been an uphill battle with those guys ever since then. So no ducks here. And nothing that resembles ducks, nothing that looks like a duck, nothing that thinks like a duck. I don't even let my kids watch Daffy Duck or Donald Duck. So.
Oh, wow. Okay, we got to get to something new this season. We're doing Terry's Take. We're going to put you on the spot. Bold predictions.
Bold prediction. For this game,
Yep.
I'll just say, we're going to get the running game off to a good start. I think that our number one running back who sat out this entire offseason, Kenneth Walker, is going to come back healthy and strong. And he's going to rush for 100 yards against the San Francisco 49ers this week in Lumen Field. It's going
The crowd
down.
goes wild.
Yeah.
And we're going to win.
Yeah, and of course we're going to win. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Okay, well, I'll see you next week, and then we'll talk about it.
We'll be undefeated all year, so it's a win every week.
Thank you so much, Terry. And now hold on tight, y'all, because country singer Tracy Lawrence is storming into Muckleshoot Casino Resort tomorrow, September 4th. It'll be a boot-stomping, heart-pounding night of real country music, so don't get left in the dust. Get your tickets now at muckleshootcasino.com. And coming up next, we rank our latest book club pick, Atmosphere. Find out if the rating soars or if it's just a big flop. How are all of my fellow readers doing? It's time to check in with Kelly's Book Club. This month's pick is called Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. You might be familiar with this author. She's known for bestsellers like The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six. This book is a love story set against the backdrop of the 1980s space shuttle program. The book follows Joan Goodwin as she becomes one of the first women scientists to join NASA's space shuttle program. We see her friendships, love interests, and what happens when disaster strikes. And here to break down our rating and discuss this month's pick, book club members Lauren Molinex and Brianna Vasquez. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
So as we always do, we're going to start with our rating, and then we're going to explain. So drum roll. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
I knew it.
Lauren,
I know,
why
I
the
know.
low rating for you?
Okay. Unpopular opinion. I don't love this author. I've read Malibu Rising. I've read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six. There was also a book about tennis in there. I think she starts strong. It gets very, very boring, in my opinion, and then she ends strong. So, like, usually I like to pick up a book, I finish it in a weekend. This, it's like
It was hard for you
to read. I gave it a 5 because I liked the story, and I felt that was compelling. But again, it's just I'm not a huge fan of Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Hey, fair. Bree, you gave it a 10.
This is one of my favorite books I've read so far this year. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid, so I'm quite the opposite,
Everybody
which is
else
totally
does.
okay. But I thought this was one of her strongest books because I thought she went into like multiple characters and we got the background and story of multiple characters, and I like the different dynamics of like relationships where like romantic relationships like with her niece, relationship with her sister, and like her family and her coworkers. So I thought it delved into all of that very well.
Yes. Okay, so what was everyone's favorite character? I'm going to start with you, and you could do favorite, least favorite, whatever you want.
I'll say my favorite was her niece, Frances.
Ooh.
That's probably my favorite character.
Okay.
I liked Joan. I thought she was, fun and relatable, and she had her struggles, and I do feel like she was portrayed very well in the book, and so I grew to really like her.
Yeah. Without giving too much away, my favorite was someone's love interest in the book, Vanessa Ford. She just seemed like such, I don't know, like had just so authentic, genuine, and really spoke her mind, and so she
was cool.
Yeah, she was
I
just
liked
a
her a
cool
lot.
She was
girl.
cool. She was a cool girl.
She was cool. From like the first time you met her, you're like, oh, this girl's cool.
Yeah, I know. And there were some surprises in it, although
Yes.
I that's why I only gave it an 8, Lauren, too, because I felt like in the middle of the book, it did kind of slow down for me a little bit. But by the end, I was bawling,
Yes.
sobbing, thought I knew the ending, and then there was a little bit of a twist. I didn't know. So what did you see that ending coming? Did it tie it?
Maybe
I did. I mean, I like things wrapped up in a bow, and I don't think that this kind of delivered in that way.
Because did you want more on like what happened when everyone?
Yeah, and maybe that's why I don't love this author, because I don't feel like things are tied in a bow at the end of every book, and we know from previous book clubs, like that's what I like, and so, yeah, I think that that's kind of what did it for me.
Bree, what do you think?
I sobbed like the last 75% of the book. I literally sent a picture to my friends of like tears streaming down my face. I liked the ending because I do like a bow, but I kind of like when it's like kind of a little bit left up to your imagination. So I like had an answer, but it wasn't too much like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? So I liked that. And
it wasn't a cliffhanger where you weren't completely hanging wondering, but to your point, you got to kind of think about and use your own imagination
Yes.
on what
We
could
say
happen.
it in every book club, but this would genuinely be a really great movie.
Yeah.
yes, oh, it'd be an
It
excellent
probably
movie.
is going to.
I bet it will be.
Brie, I want to talk to you. So you rated The Women, which was our favorite book of the year, too, super high.
yes.
And this
No bad things to say.
No.
was the
Okay.
same, right?
So this was probably like on Goodreads, it's like out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
And I like say this is a 6-star.
Okay.
The last 6-star I've ever rated was The Women.
Okay.
And that book I also sobbed. I do cry a lot in books.
So do I. That's clearly, this was clearly my pick.
Good. I
You
feel
guys,
safe.
last question. Would we recommend this book to a friend? Lauren, we'll start with you because I feel like it's going to be a no.
No, I honestly would, because I'm unpopular opinion where I don't love Taylor Jenkins Reid, but obviously she's a best-selling author. She's written some great books. I do want Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo to be a movie as well. I thought Daisy Jones as a series was a flop, but yeah, I would recommend it because I know that people do love this author and that writing style.
Bree.
I've already recommended it to multiple people. Anyone who will listen to me, I talk to their ear off about this book.
Yes, if you like a love story, I think this is the one to read. Thank you, ladies. As always, so much fun. And next month's pick is already picked. The Compound. It's about 19 contestants competing on a popular reality show on who can stay in the compound the longest while competing in challenges. Stakes are raised, dangerous situations unfold, and the line between playing the game and surviving blurs. To join the book club, just text book club to 206-448-4545. And as always, if you have a book recommendation for us, please just email us or hit us up on social media. And when we come back, a new cookbook might just fool your taste buds. We're learning the art of making delicious meat that's actually not made out of meat at all, so stick with us.
It's a new day.
Welcome back. My next guest is a Seattle cookbook author who has more than 1.5 million followers on social media. Shreya Walia is known for her vegetarian recipes, specifically her meat recipes. And if you're wondering what that is, she's out with a brand new cookbook that beautifully explains. Make It Meatless offers 100 meaty recipes that taste just like the real thing. And Shreya joins me now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is my dream. And I know some people at home think I may be lying, but I love fake meat.
Yes, I love to hear that.
Unpopular
Amazing.
opinion, but it's like I love tofu. I love the like chicken, like the Impossible chicken nuggets.
Absolutely.
I don't know what that says about me, but I love it.
amazing. I'm so excited for you to try this. It's gonna be awesome.
So
Totally
what are we
ride.
making today?
Okay, so we are gonna be making my classic oyster mushroom fried chicken recipe, which is the most popular recipe that I have on my page. It's in my book. It inspired the entirety of the book.
Really?
So
it's made with mushrooms.
it's made with mushrooms.
Those are big. Okay.
Those are big, and so we're literally, and they have, so it's not like a regular mushroom. It's not like a portobello or like a shiitake. It's not a super mushroomy taste. It's more mild than that. And then we're gonna be coating it in a wet batter, a dry batter, frying it up, and then once you try it, it's that like exact meaty texture that you're looking for.
Oh, I can't
with
wait.
the mushroom.
And what is happening here while we're like gonna be doing that? It's
We're just gonna
something's heating up.
Yeah, we just have some oil here, so this is what we're gonna be doing for the frying.
Got it.
So we kind of have everything going this way: wet batter, dry, fry, drain.
I can do it. Okay, show me how we do this.
Okay, so, and it's your choice if you want to wear gloves
Okay,
or
I guess
not.
only
I'm like,
because
should
I
we
have
do-
to continue the show after this. So
I know,
we
I'm
might
like,
do
let's
this.
like throw a glove on here. Obviously, if you're at home, you don't need to have a glove on. But so we're gonna take a piece about this size. You can like do different sizes, and then we're gonna coat it.
Oh, you really do coat it in there.
You
Okay.
coat it in there. You really let it
Don't
get
be
in there.
shy.
Don't be shy. Definitely get it in there. And then you're gonna kind of shake off that excess.
Okay.
And then you're gonna pop it into the dry batter, and we're just gonna, and we're gonna spill it all over the counter.
This is what I like though. Let's get messy in the kitchen.
And then you're gonna start clumping it. So you can see like
So
the
you're
wet
kind of
batter.
squeezing it.
Yeah, so like the wet batter starts to come out a little bit, like because it's soaked into the mushroom, right? So we're coating it into this into the dry batter, and then we're forming it into like a little chicken wing shape. Oh. So you see that?
I wouldn't think that it could form like that, but it all makes sense with the binding.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just gonna be, until you're happy with it, just kind of mess around with it a little bit. And then you can see that looks pretty wing-like.
It does.
Okay, and then we're just gonna be popping it in here.
Okay, and how long does something like this fry for?
We're gonna fry this for just a few minutes. Our oil's a little bit hot here. Ooh, so we're gonna turn this down. Ooh.
Just a scotch.
Just a scotch. And then, yeah, so you're gonna keep frying it until it is light golden brown.
On all sides.
On all sides. So we're just gonna keep this going. I'm glad I wore my glove.
I was gonna say, that really
a lot of
has
stuff on my glove.
a lot happening. How did you get into making meatless meat?
I got into it because, I've been a vegetarian for 10 years now.
Okay.
So I just needed like a way to make my favorite foods that I used to enjoy before at home.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, let me just figure out how I can do it by myself. But yeah, so we're just gonna kind of keep.
I see the
Keep
like
this
golden
going.
brown. It smells so good. I'm
Look at how
really
that looks
excited.
exactly like fried chicken.
What are some of your other recipes too in your book right now?
Oh my gosh, so we have such a variety. I have a takeout section with teriyaki chicken, orange chicken. We have pad thai, pad see ew. We got butter chicken. We have steak recipes, fish, the whole
I know, I'll
the whole
get in
shebang.
here.
Yeah, get
Is
in
this
here.
too little? I don't know. I grabbed the little one.
That's okay. You know what?
I
You
kinda
can
like it.
freestyle it. You can do whatever you like, honestly.
Okay,
It's
get
your
out
show.
the excess.
Yeah.
Do you always make chicken with the same, like with mushrooms as the base, or what do you?
I like to use mushrooms as the base, but also I have a couple recipes in here with tofu as well. So if you
Oh.
want to do, I have like a frozen tofu technique, which makes, so if you freeze tofu, like the porous texture, it expands in the fridge, and then it makes it like more of like a meaty texture when you unfreeze it, when you thaw it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Here,
Okay, then
here
you need
mine
the
goes.
tongs.
My little baby's gonna take no time at all. We're making things. I don't know
making
why.
things.
I always like the texture on like meat and stuff. Sometimes so I always start small, but
Yeah,
ooh, mine's
no.
getting a golden brown. I like it.
Nice little golden brown situation. Okay, we love it.
For those who are skeptical about using meatless recipe, which is not me. You know I love
Yes,
this.
you love this,
I love
so
this journey.
this
but
is
there's
perfect.
other people that are like, what? Why wouldn't I eat the real thing? What would you say to them?
I think, like, listen, and I'm not here to tell anybody, like, don't eat meat or anything like that. Like, do whatever you like. But this is worth a try. It can be somewhat of a healthier option. Like, it is just something that is also delicious in and of itself, right? So like these mushrooms, like they don't have like meat in them obviously, but like this tastes very much like fried chicken. So you get a little bit like a lighter sort of like option in there. Yeah.
And
So I
a
think
lot
it's
of
just
my
fun.
friends do meatless Mondays, so I feel like that's kind of all the
Yes.
rage.
A
Okay, mine
meatless
looks
Monday.
done.
There we go. Should we do more?
Let's do one more. Let's do
just
it.
do one
And then
more.
how long? So we're just letting this cool and kind of drip
like,
over here.
Just kind of like let it set and everything. But yeah, and then you can actually, so what I love about this recipe is that you can coat this in any sauce that you want. So you can do like a wing platter, you can do a bang bang sauce, barbecue, buffalo, like hot honey, like you can do so many. I've
Is
definitely
that what
done
you
this.
did here? What else did you bring for us? What is this?
So yes, this is my Nashville hot honey fried chicken sandwich. Okay, so we have a hot honey sauce on top with a nice, delicious coleslaw, which is very much worth trying.
Okay,
and this is what
I'm
saying.
diving in then. I'm
Oh my
gonna try
God,
this. You
yes,
sold
go
me.
for it.
And then you also brought another beautiful dish over there. What's that?
Yes.
Like it's like a soup.
Yes, and I have a Tantan ramen over here. So this is just a very creamy sesame broth. What do we think of the sandwich?
I think it's 10/10. It's so good. It's so crispy and delicious.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, you love it.
I love it.
Thank God.
Wait, it has like some spice too. This is flavored amazing.
It's a lot of seasoning in there. We're not shy with the seasoning on my page or in the book at all.
I really, really like this. Okay, and then I feel like I gotta try one of these by itself
Go
too.
for it.
Where can people find you while I'm trying this?
I'm Shreya's Kitchen 2 on all platforms. And so, yeah, I'm on TikTok and on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here. This is
Absolutely.
fantastic. It does not taste like it's really blowing my mind, but I love it. I knew I would. I love everything about this segment. Thank you so much for
Amazing.
being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Appreciate
And
it.
next, from a devastating diagnosis to a daring brain surgery. Coming up, we talk to a Sammamish dad about his memoir and the power of support and the lessons he hopes will help others find their way back. Stay tuned. My next guest was just 31 years old when his life took a dramatic turn. Michael King was diagnosed with a rare form of epilepsy, and the news threatened everything he knew and forced him to rebuild from the ground up. His memoir, Be There When I Return, offers a raw, honest look at love, loss, and the fight to take his life back. Michael, welcome to New Day.
Thank you. Thank you
Beautiful.
for having me.
So first, let's start with what I imagine is just a shocking diagnosis. What were you experiencing at the time?
Well, I was 31 years old when I got diagnosed. So my seizures, for people that don't know anything about epilepsy, it wasn't falling on the ground seizures. I would clap my hands and make weird noises. So for the person on the street or someone that saw it, would think that something probably mentally wrong with this person and never epilepsy. And then finally, when I went to go see a neurologist and did all the testing, they said you had epilepsy. And I was shocked because I thought it was like Tourette's or something, because the only thing I knew about epilepsy is seizures, shaking, falling on the ground. So it was kind of shocking to hear that diagnosis.
Absolutely. And you spent 5 years, I understand, trying to manage your illness, and then came your decision to undergo brain surgery. So what gave you the courage to really take that leap?
Well, it was really my sister, because during that time I was not doing well mentally, that I thought this was my life. This is how my life is going to be, and I wasn't in a happy place. And then I was talking to my sister, and she mentioned about a friend of hers who she went to elementary school who had epilepsy and recently had surgery at at Stanford.
Yeah.
And then mentioned to me is, have you spoken to your doctor about possibly surgery? And then I did, and then we went through all the testing about possible being a candidate for surgery. And then at the end, the diagnosis was, it was in 2 sections of my brain. So they couldn't do any sort of removal, which is the most successful. So they wanted to do what's called MST, it's multiple subfield transections. And they wanted to put little slits into the sections that were having misfires or having seizures. And then the hope would be that it would lessen them. After surgeries, about 2 months later, I've been seizure-free since, and the doctors were shocked.
Oh my gosh, congratulations. That's
you.
incredible.
Thank
and
you.
I love the title, Be There When I Return. It speaks
you.
to the power of love and loyalty, I understand. So can you share how your relationship really played a big monumental role in recovery?
Honestly, I don't think I would be here without the girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife. Because going through this on your own would not be easy. And she was there, not giving up on me. And the title, Be There When I Return, comes in from her always being there when I would have a seizure and kind of protecting me. And then when I had surgery, before surgery, the doctors told my mom and my dad and my girlfriend that the possible side effects. And one of them was long-term or short-term memory loss. And the way they interpreted short-term was that I may not know who they are when I come out of surgery. And then when I did, and I reached up and touched and kissed my girlfriend's hand, she was like, oh gosh, you know, he remembers me, so be there when I return.
Beautiful. And you're taking part, I understand, in a really special event at Magnuson Park Saturday, September 6th. Please tell us about it.
Yep, it's the Epilepsy Walk at Magnuson Park at 9 a.m.
Okay, rise and
So
shine.
yes, I will be there talking about the book and meeting people and just educating other people with epilepsy. And that's my goal, is the educational side of it.
Yeah, and what have you heard from readers already, especially in this community?
Yes, it's amazing how many people, the stats are crazy. There's 3.5 million people in the US. The stat that really gets people is 1 in 26. So 1 in 26 people in their lifetime will be diagnosed with epilepsy. And you know, when you start thinking about it, say the Seahawks game, 50,000 people there, 1 in 26 will be diagnosed.
Wow.
So people they don't know that. And the more I bring up the subject, so many people say, oh, my brother, my sister, my son, my daughter, my aunt, my neighbor. And so since I have put this out there, the outreach has just been crazy.
Yeah, and I understand too you have a great story about a young boy too, if you don't mind sharing.
Yes. When the cover came out, I posted it on LinkedIn, and this mom put a picture on LinkedIn with her 9-year-old son going in for surgery with his head wrapped, and he's holding the laptop of my cover, and we look like twins. And I was like, whoa, that was emotional. But I looked where she lives, and it's Gilbert, Arizona. And it was on a Wednesday. So I sent her a text. I said, the universe is doing something. I said, call me. So she calls me, and she says, what's going on? I said, my wife and I are leaving on Saturday. We'll be in Phoenix for 2 weeks. I said, I need to meet him, and I need to meet you guys. And then we met at Top Golf. And they were coming down the hallway, and I told my wife, I said, just videotape it. And then he starts running to me. And then I just give him a big hug. And I'm like, you're my epilepsy warrior.
Oh, well, you're our warrior. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
And next up, the driverless cars are coming to Seattle. Will you line up for one? We have hot topics coming up, plus the 3 things you'll buy if you win the big Powerball. Okay, stay tuned.
New Day Northwest is sponsored by AARP and BECU.
It's a new day.
When a disaster strikes, every second counts, and that's why advanced planning is key. AARP, BECU, and SBP, a disaster resilience and recovery nonprofit, invite you on September 10th and 17th for a 2-part virtual series designed to help older adults and the families who care for them stay safe and prepared for any disaster. Each session is packed with practical tips and followed by a Q&A with disaster experts ready to answer your questions. Part 1 on September 10th will help you learn how to create a solid recovery plan, including financial preparation, how to protect important documents, and what to do to avoid contractor scams. Part 2 on September 17th will cover key steps to reduce your risk and stay safe during disasters. Both online events are free, but pre-registration is required. For more information to register, please visit the website that you see right there on your screen. And now, a group of people who are always prepared, in my opinion. I have my Hot Topics panel back. Julie and Krista are here from Last Seen Wearing, and producer Susie.
Hello.
Let's go, you guys. Let's get it going. We're going to start with the driverless car is coming to Seattle. Waymo. Who's calling one? Who has ridden in one of these? This freaks me out.
I'm going to call, I will do it.
You'll do
But
it.
I've never done it before.
Susie, why? What interests you?
I think it's kind of, I think it's just kind of cool just
Yeah.
to try it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to die, but I do think they're well insured and my grandkids will be fine. So,
Okay, and then there's no awkward conversation
Yeah,
with
true.
anybody.
That's what I was thinking early in the morning when you're going to the airport and someone you have a real chatterbox at 3 a.m. This would be something that I would like because I could just zone out.
And does that remove tipping?
I would think it would remove tipping.
All right,
I
I'm
hope
starting
so.
to get a little more on board
Good
now.
point. Remove tipping.
See, I like the uncomfortable conversation.
You do?
I am a chatterbox.
Susie, you would like that.
I am that person, but it's still a little bit hesitant. But I would try it with somebody else who's willing to die with me.
We had a free trial with our Tesla for the driverless, and so we were in the car, but it drove us to our friend's house and back, and it was amazing.
Really?
And so it felt very safe, and
Was it eerie
I was a fan.
at all, or
Yeah,
were
it was
you-
really eerie.
Were you guys
It's
in
almost
the
like
back seat?
it's driving slower and obeying the rules of the road so carefully. It's almost a little too slow. You know,
Good
like
point. You have to maybe like think about
Yeah.
that while you're rushing somewhere.
Right.
Like this is gonna really.
Also, there must be a camera watching you. I mean, watching, right?
That could be
Well,
creepy.
they sense. I don't really know, but yeah, it worked.
Were
it
you
worked very
sitting
well.
in the back seat being chauffeured? Or
No, we
were
were just in the front seat.
Oh,
yeah, no.
That would be interesting if you were in the driver's seat and it was just doing everything for you, but you were just sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay, the back seat then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call one, but I'm a little nervous.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
and
There we go.
We'll die together. It's fine.
You may be able to afford a real driver if you win the $1 billion Powerball, you guys. If a player wins Wednesday's jackpot, they will have the choice between a $1.3 billion prize or a lump sum payment estimated at $589 million. Odds of winning, though, 1 in 292 million.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
odds.
I'm still gonna get. I'm going today. I have to.
It's fun.
Who's playing? Are you guys?
Yeah, I'm not going to win if I don't buy it.
True. You got to shoot your shot. You
Yeah,
might just win.
Yeah.
Do you have a top 3 things that you would buy right
I
away,
do.
Susie? Okay, you thought about this.
Right. Excuse me. A new car,
Okay.
a new house close to my grandkid, and then a fabulous river cruise.
Oh, a river.
Yeah, very good things to go.
With the whole family.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a nanny for the grandbaby.
And maybe even your coworkers. I have to say.
Coworkers. I have plans for my coworkers as
You'll
well.
make so much money, you can just
Yes,
bring us all.
Yes, those are mine.
What about you, ladies? Have you thought about this at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I like the new house with a water view.
Oh,
that would be
yes.
nice. I would like, but 2 of my kids live like a plane trip away, so a private jet would be really nice.
That would be nice.
And then Chris and I, we have kind of a shared one that we've talked about before, so I'll let her.
Well, we just years and years of grocery shopping, cooking, cleaning up. We would just love to have a private chef that would just prepare everything for
That's a
us,
good
just
one.
super healthy meals and shop for
I like
everything,
that.
clean up afterwards. And
Okay, I'm stealing that one too. I want a private chef. I want a makeup artist. I want a hair stylist. All of it.
Well, doesn't food taste better when someone else
Oh,
makes it?
1,000%. And if it can be healthy, I always use that as an excuse. Like, I'm not too healthy right now because I don't have.
And then you will need the house that the hairstylist and the makeup person can come to.
Everyone
right?
can come.
Yeah, so you have your own little beauty salon.
Everyone can
in
live
your
with me.
house.
I'm like you. I want a new car, a new house,
Yeah.
new everything. Horses, like in
okay.
the backyard, travel.
We have plans.
I want it all. It's fine. I guess we have to move on. Recently, you guys, a few content creators have really taken to their platforms to say that they feel like nasty comments are getting worse. You guys are in this, kind of influencer world. What do you guys think? And is there one platform that's worse than the others?
Yeah, well, it's definitely been out there. We've been doing this for almost 8 years, so we have experienced some of that. And what is interesting now is that creators are starting to call out these people who are doing the
I've
nasty
noticed
comments.
that.
They're doing a screenshot with their name, their
Yeah.
photo, so beware.
It's so funny, like somebody will make such a nasty comment, and then you'll see their photo. It's like this really nice-looking lady with like a dog or
Yeah,
her
with her
kids. It's like,
grandkids.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
weird. And we find it more. It's happening more on posts that are going more viral. So maybe
bigger
there's more
audience. Yes.
anonymity.
Okay.
They think, oh, this already has 1,000 comments. I'm just gonna my little jab in there. And
How do you
I
handle
don't
it
know.
mentally?
Oh yeah.
Well, we look at it as engagement. It's all engagement, so it all
Thanks for your likeness.
Yes, it helps the algorithm,
Yeah.
and so we
Okay.
just kind of laugh it off, and we're like, guess what this person said. But it's really worse on Facebook.
I
for us.
completely
So
agree.
weird.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Facebook audience can just be
brutal.
so cruel and brutal. And a lot of times it's like they're hiding behind that. And I have to remember, like, maybe they're going through a really hard time and
be.
having a bad day.
Yeah,
I try and
maybe.
think about that.
Or
Yeah.
they're just mean.
Or they just hate us. I don't know.
They're just mean. Sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, I can say of a bad interaction in public, you know, you're having a tough day. But when you take the time to write something like that,
Right.
you're just a mean
I
person.
just would
Yeah,
never
come on.
take the time to do that. So
No.
I find
Same.
that
I know.
really interesting that somebody wants to do that.
Starting our Instagram, being a little older side, I think that we have thicker skin now
Yeah,
than maybe
maybe.
when I was
Okay.
younger. Like I can brush off comments like that, and we don't get a ton of them or anything. But I don't know.
Do you
I
ever
feel like
engage back with them to say like, "Hey, I'm sorry you feel that way," or do
I
you
did.
ignore
We
them?
had a
little
recent
bit.
one, and I just said, "Ouch." You know, but
Yeah.
most of the time
It's
we
not really
just
worth-
ignore it
yeah.
and move on. But yeah, for some reason I felt compelled to answer.
Yeah, and let them know that there's a real person
Yeah,
behind
I
that screen.
think
I
that's-
think sometimes people forget that, or they think someone else is monitoring and
Right.
they can
Oh, they
say
won't
something.
see this, or-
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
they think that you're not going to see it, or they think they're being funny, or I don't know.
We see every comment.
That's right.
We
Yeah.
don't want you.
Everyone, please
Yeah.
be kind
Yeah.
to all of us.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate you all being here, and thank you to you all for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content, and you can always send us an email to share your thoughts. Don't forget to enjoy your new day, and we'll see you next time.